Right, okay. So again, I eat pigeon. Yeah. This is what is classed as oven ready. Alright, so what that means is everything's been done to it. I could literally put that on a tray with a bit of oil, salt and pepper, put it in the oven, cook it, happy days. Alright. But what we want to do is basically break it down for a balancing. Do you know what balancing is, Mr. Murray? Have you ever heard of the term balancing? Right, okay. Anyone else heard of the term balancing? Go on then.
It's like you cut it down and then it's like little circle things. You have chicken breasts on it. Yeah, I've had one of them.
Yeah. Balancing, so basically what you do is classically balancing would be the leg. Yeah, boned out, stuffed, rolled, poached, coloured. So that's it, bang on, excellent. Obviously, it's pigeon leg isn't exactly big, is it? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a balancing of the breast. Classically, a galantine is the whole bird. Yeah. So if you do a full galantine of chicken or turkey or pheasant, you butcher the whole bone. You'd start from the back, take everything off, take the carcass out, and then basically restuff it, reshape it into the shape it should be, poach it, etc., etc. That used to be a very classical dish. We don't do that anymore as much as we would like to. Big possibly hotels, say the Ritz, the Dorchester, all these fancy places might still do stuff like that for big buffets that they do, but you don't see it very often in restaurants. It's a dying art, I would say. But what I'll say, like I say, what we're going to do today, we're going to crack on and we're going to make a balancing out your pigeon. So balancing the pigeon is going to be stuffed with the farce meat. That's going to have some of the pigeon leg meat in it. Yeah, pistachios, prunes, again, seasonal, sage, seasonal. Yeah, so we're all working towards that. Right? So what we need to do is, obviously you're looking at quality points. It's been gutted. It has, as you can see, it's a darker colour. Yeah. If it's got bruising there, or if it's got skin ripped, it's because inevitably it's been shot under the bullet holes. But it's not a proper bullet, it's a shotgun pellet, so it'll have tiny little shot pellets, really, really small. So you might find in it a little bit of lead shot. So just got to be careful of that, so check for that in the cavities. And if you feel a hole, maybe not so much pigeon, but definitely far bigger birds like your pheasant and all that, feel a hole where it's been shot, just have a feel around in there, because you might find a little bit of lead shot in there. And you want to get rid of that before the customer puts it in the mouth and breaks the tooth. So, like I say, off with your legs, straight off, nice and straight and forward, like so. Then you're going to go down to the wishbone, collarbone, yeah. Inevitably, as I said, it's been shot out of the sky, so inevitably the weaker bones will always be broken, i.e. your collarbone, i.e. your legs, wings, whatever. So just be careful, you don't want to spike yourself too much. You just scrape it down, you have a feel around, and if you're lucky, it comes out in one piece. And you don't do that, because that bloody spikes. Prime example of what can happen. Alright, so get that out. Just finding it, there we go, there's the other. So that's that is. Alright. That's going to be in my roasting tray, because I want to roast our carcass off. Alright, so what I want to see is, obviously we've butchered it down, yeah, taking the wishbone out, so I want as much flesh off that breast as we can. So you right up against the breastbone, all the way down the side of the carcass, through. Alright, yeah. Same on the other side, right up against the breastbone, all the way down. So you get as much meat of it as you can. Yeah, so that is it. There's not a lot left on that. There's a little bit of a flapper meat there, but that's fine. Then you're going to go through, break that down, yeah, and for me, like so, in half. That's going to go in the oven with the other bits and pieces. Right, we're going to strip your breast down, because the mini fillets will always overcook. If you're cooking fillets of the game off the bone, your mini fillets will always overcook, so take them away. Duck breast especially. Everyone leaves a bloody fillet on the duck breast and it's just dry and rubbery. Get rid of it. It can be used for something else. I mean, if you have loads of these in the duck breast form, they'll be a bit bigger. You can roll them and put them on a kebab, like a little skewers. Have it as a little starter, duck breast kebabs, you know what I mean? Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but you know, we'll think about it. Right, so we've got the mini fillets off. I want you to take the skin off, because we don't want the skin in the balancing. because we're not crisping the skin up, we're poaching it. Alright, so get rid of that. Same with this one. Just easy peels off, alright, like so. So I've got my breasts times 2, nicely done. I've got many fillets. What I want to do with them, they're going to go in my farce. I'm just going to chop them up. So I've got some mini fillet there. Your legs, have a look at it. You want the thigh, which is the thicker part. So take that off. So the thicker part of the thigh, take that off. It says. Like so. Get rid of your skin, you don't want that. And put the extra bit of leg in the roasting tray as well. So your little bit of thick thigh, that's not going to be wasted. That's going through your farce as well. Okay. Huh?
I don't understand how you make it.
What, the farce? Right, so what we're using is sausage meat. Alright. When we do the chicken balancing, we'll be making the farce out of the breast. We'll bone the leg out and make a mousse out of the farce. Is just another word for a mousse or a stuffing. Yeah. So if somebody says, or a recipe says, I mean, especially if it's an old recipe, it says a farce, you know, what's that? It's basically just another word for a stuffing. Keep your board, because we're going to come back to that. That goes in the fridge. That stays. That little oil. That's a lot. Hot colour. Like so. In your lovely hot oven. We'll be in a minute. Yeah, in there, nice golden colour on it. Then what you need, next job, is the mirepoix. You don't have to do this, I don't have to show you it. Yeah, basically I want off you carrots, half your onion, celery, leek, garlic, a little bit of your thyme, and a little bit of your bay leaf. Yeah. That is a mirepoix. And that's going to go in a pan, and I'm going to colour that down. I'm not going to show you how to do it, because you know how to do it. Alright? So basically, rough cook, yeah. So I want half the onion, your leek, your celery, carrot, garlic, etc. Yeah, I'll crack on with that whilst you guys are doing your bits. Get your pigeon prep, get your... You haven't got any ingredients. Look at one on the back tray on the other side. There were seven pull-ups, so there's definitely been something around here. Yeah? Are they there? Everyone check your fridges, you should have ingredients, yeah, if you haven't. Other one? Other side? You got stuff, have you? Have a look on the back of that one. Have you got stuff? Elaine, have you got stuff? Right, so Josh. Scary, isn't it? Right. So like I say, so prep your pigeon and get a mirepoix veg on. Get your carcasses in the oven, nice and coloured, yeah? But you're only using half of your onion, because the other half's for your pearl barley. Does that make sense? Muchas gracias, señorita. Because he's fizzy. So mirepoix veg. What? Sorry, I'll get you some. Where are they? They've got a lot of. I know, it's mistress, mistress. Get the money, get a second. heavy base, your biggest pan for your mirror pour, yeah? Nice big one. Nice colour on your mirror part.